Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to IdeaDiary. Thanks for coming back, y'all, and hanging out. Alrighty, so I think I have my first worksheet ready to go. I am uploading it to my Gumroad, so it'll be my first product on the Gumroad. I feel pretty good about Gumroad as a company and the owner and everything about it. So I've done some episodes about it, but I think researching the Gumroad founder and all that stuff, I think is a great idea. And I really like his company and what he's doing. It's basically a digital products Shopify type of site. So you can open a store, you can have some free products just available for sale, or you can upgrade to a $10 a month or something like that, a monthly payment to use Gumroad. So there's the free version and then an upgraded version where you pay a little extra money, but you get extra percentage back from each sale. So does that make sense? Yeah, it's a little bit of a better deal for each sale that you make when you use a subscription of Gumroad. But there's still a free version. So I really like that. So I feel like that's where I want to hold my digital products probably forever. You know, when something it works well and it's a great deal, and I feel like slowly it will gain more popularity and more trust for people to buy products there. I just feel like it's overall a great place to sell digital products. So I think when he started it, his name's Sahil, the founder. When he started it, it was, he wanted creative people to use it. So bands, movie makers. So you can download and watch a movie. You can rent a movie. You can download full albums. You can download courses. You can download books. I mean, really, you're up to your imagination of what you want to create. So right now I have my show donation product on there, which is I just call Buy Me Coffee. If you find one of the shows that I make valuable, you can buy me coffee. And I don't know, I feel like it's a fun way to subscribe to something without having a long-term commitment. You can just kind of like somebody and throw them $5. And I feel like it's fun. I definitely, when YouTubers or different people teaching things, when they like a donation page, or usually with PayPal, if there's money in my PayPal, which there never really is much money, but if there's like $2 or $3 in there for whatever reason, or $5 or something, if I like someone's video, I definitely just slide over from my PayPal to their PayPal a couple bucks. And it's fun. I really like the concept of Patreon. I kind of want to keep everything in one place. So I have a membership kind of started. You can have memberships. You can have subscription memberships inside Gumroad also. So I have mine set up. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I'm kind of just getting everything organized for the one day that people listen to this show and want to contribute, or just want to appreciate it in some way. So the other way that I want to kind of make this show interactive and a little bit more unique and weird is I want to have $1 download sheets. So I've made my first sheet, and the reason why I'm charging $1 is because ultimately it's really, you're buying something, but it's really a thank you dollar, kind of like a tip, because like right now I'm going to explain to you the worksheet that I made, and there really isn't there's no like paywall to the information. I'm going to tell you everything that's on the worksheet, and you can just make your own. But I feel like if somebody actually wanted a physical worksheet to kind of just help them remind themselves how to do this, and just, I don't know, kind of take it a little bit seriously, they can download the worksheet and have it for themselves and I guess use it as a reminder to do this little, I guess it's an exercise. The one thing that my superpower is that I don't really ever do anything that I don't want to do. So I've never had a day of drudgery as far as work. I did maybe in high school or, when I was in college and I had college type of jobs. I didn't work very much when I was in college, but I definitely had college jobs. When I was in high school, I waited tables and I worked at record stores. So waiting tables was a lot more money than working in record stores, but I really liked working in a record store and the record store environment and listening to records for the entire time while you're at work, listening to whatever you want. Even though I made a lot less money doing that, I thought of it more as fun and educational. So, and then when I was waiting tables, back then you could pull definitely $100 a night, even like just on an average waiting tables night. But which was a lot more money. And I did enjoy serving people. I liked that feeling and it was fun and it was kind of like exercise, I guess, running around the entire shift. Ultimately, restaurants were my real passion, music and music business, and all that was my passion. So I did the music store thing. When I finally graduated and I got a job at a record label and loved it. Got there 3 hours early and left 3 hours late. So even when I worked at a company, I still didn't have drudgery. I was very excited to be there every moment. And when I decided to quit working kind of in the corporate world, it wasn't a drudgery thing. It was that I knew that I needed to learn more. So I went freelance and I didn't really know what I needed, but I just knew I needed to learn something more than what I had learned so much working at the record label, but there's something more that I needed. And one of the things that I did learn being a freelancer was, so I was an art director at the record label. And then when I went freelance, I was just kind of an overall freelance graphic designer, video maker, just artistic marketing, materials in general, branding, expert type of person, logos and whatever. When I went freelance, it was in 2007. And basically, by 2009, it was like I had learned how to make money without a paycheck. And about that time, kind of like leading up, like 2007, 2009 was leading up to, there was a big crash. And it just happened to be luck on my part. I was going freelance during a huge crash. So I was getting a lot of work from record labels that didn't have enough money to have staff or pay for an art department. So they were looking for freelancers. Thus, there I was looking for record jobs, record label, graphic design jobs, and I was making a lot more money staying at home for like a tenth of the amount of work that I was doing going to work every day. But ultimately, none of that was drudgery. Well, constantly looking for clients was drudgery for me, so that's why I don't do that anymore. But ultimately, it was just like the step in doing whatever I want to do and figuring out how to make money and the different ways to make money. And the one thing that I'm seeing major steps forward in the realm of making my goals happen, kind of expanding and scaling and getting bigger, is doing a hypnagogic state daily journal. So hypnagogic state is the time between a sleep and awake. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it in the morning. I feel like you could, if you wanted to take a nap and then do this, I feel like that would be fine. But just capturing that hypnagogic state time is a really magic time to connect your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. That thing in your brain that's telling you, oh, you're stupid, oh, you're a loser, oh, that's not how you should do it. That thing isn't fully in charge yet. So I think the hypnagogic state time is this little magic hour. It's I think it lasts as long as you want. So for me, I wake up, I immediately put on a record. So I kind of have my records that don't really have lyrics or something like that I can listen to and I can write while I'm listening to them. I have a jazz playlist on my Spotify, and I have a classical music playlist on my Spotify that I also play if I want to use my phone. And I just start writing. So there's no rules, but I guess the main rule is to do a daily journal where you are getting some marvelous me time. And so what I mean by that is really thinking about yourself. So this little journal daily thing could be like a 10-minute thing. You could spend a full hour just organizing your mind. So this worksheet, it's called Hypnagogic State Daily Journal. So I say, before you do anything else, take a moment to check in, organize, and get some marvelous me time daily. And what I mean by that is doing it every day. You're kind of checking in with what your heart really wants out of your day and just getting it organized. That doesn't mean that it's going to automatically be you're doing whatever you want every day like me, but it's telling your subconscious mind that you were serious, you want this to happen, and you don't want to mess around anymore doing stuff that you don't care about. So I say in the worksheet, if you don't have this short amount of time to spend with yourself every day, then that could be a red flag that your life is happening to you instead of living your life with intention. So what I mean by that is if you can't even take 10 minutes, like the first thing that you do to be with yourself, I think that is definitely a red flag that your life is happening to you. You're setting your alarm and you're just like out the door. Sometimes if that's your intention and you already know this, then that can be okay. But I feel like what a lot of people do is just go, 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 go. And then the day's over and then they start thinking, oh, I'm tired, and thinking about all the things they didn't actually get to do because they did a bunch of busy work or whatever it is. Okay, so it is great to let life unfold and go with the flow of fate, but every day you have an opportunity to do whatever you want. Be a self-starter and manifest destiny. So what I mean by that is, yeah, it is amazing. So for me, I'm doing a lot of letting go and going with the flow because I have a lot of projects that they're kind of at that point where it's when I'm swimming upstream and I'm pushing, it's not really helping me get any further. So yeah, there are a lot of times when going with the flow is absolutely necessary and amazing. But when you have when your day is full of stuff that you don't like and you don't want to do, then I feel like that's when you have to seize the opportunity to do things, to be a self-starter and to say, okay, fate, you've had your chance. I'm going to manifest destiny. So there's definitely great things about going with fate and going with the flow and that whole thing. But at some point, sometimes you've got to manifest your own destiny. All right. And the last little thing here is, who cares if your goals are realistic or not? Write them down. There is no reason for your schedule to be filled with everything except what you actually want to do on a daily basis. Doing a daily journal check-in with yourself will help keep you focused and on track. This tool will help you evade distractions and build confidence, watching yourself gradually and deliberately make your goals a daily reality. Writing down your goals, exponentially makes them come to you faster. It's just something that I believe could not be true. It could be true. I don't know. But I feel like physically writing down with pen and paper does something magical, whether they're realistic or not. So I think there's a time to be realistic with yourself, but there's also a time to dream big and think crazy and write it down and don't feel silly about it. I feel like it's fun. I feel like it's actually helpful and everyone should do it. So when you're writing down how you feel and what you're actually doing today, and then writing down your goals, and then thinking about, okay, look at all these distractions. Why am I never doing anything that I want to do? I feel like if you're writing that down every day, something happens kind of beyond your control, that things start to, when you consciously think about all the things that you do that don't add value, I feel like your conscious mind starts taking away the annoying stuff. So for me, what I'm doing this every day, and I'd say I give a good 20 minutes to write down all this stuff, and things are unfolding that I can't even believe. Like, things that I've wanted for so long are just starting to naturally come to me without even trying. And it's kind of bizarre. So that's like one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this worksheet, because I see the results. It's undeniable results, and it feels very healthy, very natural, and something's happening, and maybe it's just magical. I don't know. Maybe it's science. I don't know. But my main thing is I have these 4 topics, kind of like a guided journal page, and you can do the 4 topics in your own way. You cannot do the 4 topics at all. But I give the 4 topics just as a starter thing to do for your hypnagogic state daily journaling. So the 4 topics, the number 1 thing is, how's it going? So I think you should just write about how you feel. The next topic is, what's going on today? So I think that you should maybe write a real list of what you're doing today, and write even the annoying stuff. Write maybe even things you're probably not going to get to, but you want to. But, it's the idea is to write down what's really going on today. So, and then the third thing is, write down your main goals. What are your overall main goals of life? Doesn't have to be like, this is the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life and I never want to change. But just, what are your goals? Whatever it is. You want to be a full-time writer. You want to be a full-time musician. You want to just do whatever you want no matter what. Like me. The goals, just get them down, even if they're insane. If you want to be an astronaut and you're 60 years old, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And how confident do you feel? So the confident thing, I feel like maybe there's a better way to say that, but I do think watching yourself change your life and to start designing your day to doing whatever you want, I feel like that brings tons of confidence. And when you start solving problems and things start going your way, that builds confidence. And this worksheet will be available on my Gumroad. The link will be in the description. And yeah, it's available today. So I'm just giving this a shot. I think it's a really fun way to, just kind of get down on paper my ideas to share with you, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I guess that's the show, because I'm way over time again, but I'm just having fun over here. So anyways, I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.